Hello everybody, welcome to the third part of this series on Freud for Beginners, the interpretation of dreams, where I share with you Freud's process for dream analysis. This is now part 3. In the last video, I shared with you the 3 steps in the dream analysis process. If you haven't watched part 1 and 2, there's going to be links to both of those videos in the description. I highly recommend you go check them out because they're going to make it clear what this video, what I say in this video. So, if we go back and recap what we saw in part 2, we saw the 3 steps of the dream analysis process. Step 1 was fragmentary analysis, which I showed you how to do in a more detailed way in the last video. Part 2 was chain analysis, and part 3 reconstruction. In this video, I'm going to show you more deeply how to do chain analysis and reconstruction, which are the second and third steps in the dream analysis process. So, now that we figured out through fragmentary analysis, through looking at every element in a dream, what these elements represent, what big ideas they are related to, what ideas they're related to. Now we need to find what are the core ideas of the dream. Through doing fragmentary analysis, you may already have noticed some similarities between the ideas that each element seems to be composed of. But in this step, we're going to go really deep on trying to find associations between the different dream elements, the ideas that they're made out of. So if we go back to our analogy in the last video of the painter who builds many paintings that are not necessarily related to each other in a narrative sense, but they're related to each other in the ideas, the emotions, the wishes that turned them, that inspired the painter when making them. Again, remember that your dream works in a similar way. Your dream is not a narrative, it's not like a book, it's not like a movie. It's more like a series of different scenes and elements that are all created out of the same inspirations. And to analyze the dreams, our goal is to actually find those inspirations. So, in the last step, what we did is we looked at every element in the dream and tried to figure out what could have inspired that element. Now what we need to do is look at all these things that we think could have inspired each element, and we try to find connections between them. For example, maybe you have multiple men in your dream, but maybe all of these men happen to be people who were in your class in high school year 2. Oh, that's interesting. You see a bunch of guys who were in your class in high school year 2. There is some thing about high school year 2 or some experience that you had with these people in particular that your dream seems to be inspired by. Now you try to find a lot of different associations, and maybe these men are all associated to you through high school year 2, but maybe there's a higher level association that you can make. Like, why high school year 2? Maybe it's high school year 2 because you went to a rock concert someday that there was a song in it that you really liked that talked about violence against women, and maybe in high school year 2 there was some violence against women in one of your classes, and so both of these ideas end up being related to the core concept of violence against women, and maybe there's a lot of other elements in the scenes that are also related to violence against women, and that tells you that this would be a central idea to your dream, and that tells you that this topic would be something that's important to you, because otherwise your dream would not use it as a central inspiration for developing, creating composite elements in dreams and scene compositions. Like if something is a core idea that is represented in multiple elements in your dreams, it has to be something important. Otherwise, your brain would have chosen something else as the inspiration. So that's one meaning. If that's a key idea, you now know, based on step 2, that this is something that's important to you. So you've already figured out some meaning of the dream. So you keep doing this and you keep trying to make these associations to find these central ideas. You don't only want to look at there's 2 ways that the chain of associations will go. And while you do this analysis, you'll realize that everything really in your dream is connected. It's all in the same chain of associations, and different central ideas don't only influence many different elements in your dream. It's also the other way around. Again, dreams are built of composite elements. The items in your dreams are also built out of multiple different ideas. It's not just multiple ideas influence many items. It's also all items reflect back to many ideas. So imagine maybe you have 3 main ideas and a diagram where you have 3 main ideas and 4 items. All of them would be linked together in multiple different ways with lines of meaning and associations. That's how dreams are. You can do the analysis both ways. And you should do the analysis both ways. So try to link the elements together as much as possible and find what links them together. And the more the central ideas are the overarching ideas that link all the other things that dreams are related to. For example, if we go back to the violence against women is a big central idea that is related to your high school class and your rock concert, which were both influenced elements in your dream, where maybe in a scene you were with both men from your high school class and the guys in the rock band of the rock concert, or you met the guys from high school on the stage of the rock concert. Those would be examples of composite elements that are built out of 2 different scenes that are both related to the central idea of violence against women, which is one of the central idea. And maybe your dream is built out of like 3 or 4 of these big central ideas that influence the whole dream. You need to find those big central ideas. So let me give you another example. Maybe your dream contains a prison cell. It contains your parents. You are in that prison cell with your parents, waiting for a school bell to ring. There's chains all around, and in the other cell, there's a wrestler that's trying to pin someone to the ground and keep them controlled on the ground. All of these are imageries that are related to the idea of being controlled. Like that's an example. So step 3, reconstruction, is quite straightforward. If you have done a good job in step 2, you will have identified central ideas that matter to you. During step 2, you already understand some of the meaning of the dream, in the sense that you will know that if it's a central idea, it's something that matters to you. So if you find 3 or 4 central ideas, you know at this point that these 4 or 3 or 4 things are all important things to you in some way. You don't know what your opinion on this, what you wish would happen based on these items yet, but you know that these are topics that your mind has a strong emotional connection to. From this, now the goal of reconstruction is to figure out what is the meaning, the big meaning of the dream. So if we go back to what I said in the previous videos, every dream is a representation of a desire that you have, whether a desire that you know you have or a desire you don't know you have, either in a direct way or in a symbolic way. Again, let's go back. Dream of type 1. You want to go on a vacation. You go to sleep. You imagine yourself going on a vacation and it's amazing. It's obvious the meaning of this. The dream is not veiled. It's not symbolic. It's just you going on the vacation. The meaning is clear. It's you want to go on that vacation. So, other example, symbolic, veiled, disguised dream. So, you want, you want your girlfriend to depend on you and trust you, so you imagine yourself having to run from zombies and aliens, and she is too weak to defend against them, so she needs to depend on you, the strong man. Maybe that's what an image of a situation that you represents your desire of your wife having to depend on you, and then you go to a church for some reason. I'm just constructing something here based on what my subconscious is telling me, and I'm sure if I kept going, it would make sense, because the subconscious is just like that. It just finds meaning in symbols and construct things that make sense if you just trust it and don't try to control it too much. But I'm going to stop here for now. My point is, no matter what dream it is, as I said in my previous videos, the dream itself is a disguised or direct representation of the realization of one of your wishes. And so at this point, what we need to do is we need to look at all the central ideas that we've uncovered and try to figure out what is the wish that we wish would happen. What's the future that we wish would be realized based on these central ideas. Maybe, maybe you have a dream and you have these central ideas about, violence against women. Another idea about maybe Jesus dying on the cross and voluntary self-sacrifice. And maybe you have another idea, which is being abandoned or something. And maybe your wish would be that maybe your wish is that the next time that you see a woman getting beaten, that you actually get in and defend her and self-sacrifice, so that you take the punishment instead of her, because maybe deep down you have some guilt about not having protected a woman in the future and feel in the past and feeling that you abandoned her. I don't know. That's just what my subconscious is bringing to me right now, but that's kind of how it works. You need to ask yourself, like, what is the wish that the dream is representing, and based on the central ideas that I've uncovered. You can answer this by answering the following sentence. So, I seem to desire that X will happen. Answer that question, you will know the meaning of your dream. There's some ambiguity, of course. There's some uncertainty about whether or not your answer is going to be completely correct, because, again, the dreams are often symbolic. They're often hard to understand, but maybe you don't have the full truth, but maybe you can get close to the truth, and maybe that can be useful. And also, a note that is important to mention is that you don't want everything in your dream to happen. If it's a symbolic dream, or a lot of dreams of every type, there's going to be probably things inside of them that you don't want to happen. Sometimes direct dreams, there's nothing that you don't want really happening. But in indirect dreams, dreams of class 2 and 3, which are compromised dreams and disguised dreams, there's usually things that happen in them that you don't really want to see happen. So a lot of people are like resistant to that idea that dreams are symbolic representations of things that you wish to see happen in the future. And then they're like, okay, but why did I dream about something like my cousin dying? Like, the dream showing you that does not mean that you want to see your cousin die. But what it could mean is that maybe the last time that you had someone in your family who died. Maybe what that did is that your grandparents who lived really far away came and visited you to go to the funeral and to see you. And maybe what the dream is just communicating to you is that you miss your grandparents, and maybe subconsciously you know that the next time a family member is going to die, your grandparents are going to come back. So maybe just by seeing your family member die in your dreams, it satisfies you, because subconsciously you're like, I'm going to see my grandparents, you know? So that's how terrible, terrible things can happen in dreams, and still be in some way a realization of one of your deep desires. Even though it might not seem obvious at first. Like, don't take weird and symbolic dreams at face value. Try to find what the things that are happening are associated to. So if you enjoyed these 3 videos so far, let me know in the comments, because I need to know if you want me to make more videos about this. So with these first 3 parts, I shared with you the basics of the dream analysis process. You've learned all the 3 parts. You have what it takes to start doing some dream analysis, but I did not go into advanced stuff. And if you want me to go into advanced stuff, let me know in the comments that I need to continue this video. Also, please hit the like button and subscribe to support me. With that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next videos. Take care.